All right, okay, whole lot to unpack in this episode, but just getting this out of the way right now. Spoilers! This is a spoiler-filled review of Season 8, Episode 2 of Game of Thrones. If you haven't seen it, get out! Don't watch this, or if you don't care, watch at your own risk, I guess. But we're jumping right on into this. So this episode, if episode 1 was checklist setting up, this episode is build up. But I think it was handled quite a bit better than episode 1. Episode 1 wasn't bad. I don't think it's bad. But episode 2 here, I think, is a significant step up from episode 1. There's a whole lot of tension building. This episode is clearly what George R. R. Martin likes to do before a battle, and that set up characters, add emotional weight and impact to what is about to happen. The biggest takeaway is this battle's going to happen, it seems, in episode 3. This episode ends with the army arriving at Winterfell. The dead are here, so the pace of this season is going to be monstrous. So we're getting a huge battle, episode 3. What's left for 4, 5, and 6? I can only speculate. I'd love to see what you guys think in the comments down below, because I honestly thought this would be episode 5, 4 at the earliest, but halfway through the season, we're getting what seems to be one of the most, if not the most climactic battle in television history. My only complaint with this episode was the dialogue still did not feel up to par with early seasons at times, but there was some really great dialogue here, as well as magnificent character work. Some of the best character work I've seen from Game of Thrones in a long time. Tyrion and Dany's relationship takes a good chunk of this episode, which I really enjoyed. And Daenerys gets a bit of an ego check, which I feel like she needed, but at the same time, it's not necessarily disrespectful or anything of her, or really her doing anything wrong, just her general attitude towards others, forgiving mistakes, things she must learn to do. I loved the scenes with Jaime, Brienne of Tarth, all them sitting around drinking before a battle. Again, really great character work. There was just people obviously taking emotional steps before they believe they're going to die. And next episode, characters will die.
No matter what I try to do, you're gonna die, Charlie.
That's something we know with Game of Thrones. They are not afraid to kill who we love. And every time there's a battle like this, there will be casualties, and we can only speculate who will be passing. Arya Stark got to have her first fling with the Christian Bale-looking boy, good for her. And in the opposite of sex, Jon Snow officially... And in the opposite of sexy time, Jon Snow told Daenerys that they are essentially having an incestuous relationship.
Gross! Freaking idiot!
Jon and Dany are still totally gonna keep banging, even though it's incestuous, calling it. They're still gonna keep doing that.
Gross!
We didn't get a conclusion there, but again, it's put forward. Once again, the pace of this season is just breakneck. Something I thought wouldn't be brought up or resolved till episode 4, 5, 6 is brought up and set up to be resolved rather quickly in 3. Now, granted, a bunch of these things will probably not be addressed in the next episode. Episode 3 is going to be battle, death, murder, and then episode 4, 5, 6 will be the ramifications, aftermath, etc. But with episode 3 being where Winterfell is being fought over, we can all pretty much be certain that Winterfell will fall. That's my prediction. Calling it now. Calling it now. Calling it now.
Calling it now.
Episode 3 seems to be battle. Winterfell's falling, and the fallout from that will be what we deal with for the remainder of the show. Does that guarantee a Winter King, Night King? Does that guarantee a Night King victory? I don't know. I don't know. I can't see how they'd recover. Small mention, small shout out. The wolf's in the background. Wait, hold up, no, stop. Everything, the dire wolf was just in the background at one point. You can't take it away for so long and then just be like, oh no, it's fine, it's here. What's he been doing? Where's his story? The hell? All right, so I want to talk about where I think they might go and where I really hope they don't go here. So summary review of episode 2, very good. I'm biting my nails waiting for episode 3 now because they did such a good job of just showing where everyone is and where the relationships are. Again, some kind of reunions happening and building more and more. Great comedy between the wildling leader and Brienne of Tarth. Fantastic. I think this is one of the better episodes of Game of Thrones history. Slightly stilted dialogue, doesn't bother me too much. Let's get into predictions here. So we've had enough now, I think, to make some reasonable predictions. I'm already calling Winterfell falls. I don't think that's that risky of a calling.
Calling it now.
They're setting that up pretty clearly. Night King's not gonna die, and I'm thinking Bren might be in some danger here. Not saying he's gonna die necessarily, but some stakes will be raised there. Maybe he will, I don't know. But I'm calling that conflict will not go smoothly. I think now Jon Snow has to die with the way his character's been set up, the fact he's died before, and the fact that he is the heir to the throne when I really don't think many people feel he's earned the throne or it's his place, when he's made it so clear that ruling is not what he wants. Jon Snow's not gonna end up on the Iron Throne. Calling that, and he is probably going to die. He's interfering with Dany taking the throne. That seems to be kind of where the show is pointing, but I don't think she's actually going to end up there. God, it almost seems like they're building it up for everything to fall apart and everyone to die, because with the big battle happening episode 3, all that's left to happen is, okay, Winterfell falls, go south, or destroy the last remaining city. Night King wins. Where do you go? Where else do you go from there? We know Cersei can't handle him alone, so it seems like they're honestly building to that. I don't think that's where they'll go. Game of Thrones is still following a typical story structure, and we need the return to comfort, some kind of resolution. So I know who's not going to be on the Iron Throne. It's not going to be Jaime Lannister. It's not going to be Jon Snow. It's not going to be Tyrion. I would say there's a decent chance it's Dany. Sansa is going to end up just ruling in the north, and maybe more of a side character, maybe a slip in from the south side comes in and sits on the Iron Throne. But with Dany still having this arrogance issue, this demanding of her right that we saw again once with Sansa, I don't feel like she's earned the throne thematically. I don't think it's where all of this is pointing to. If we see her change her mind and become okay with the North and South being two separate kingdoms and her just ruling in the South, then it'll be clear they're signaling she will take the throne. But with this issue not being resolved and addressed, I really don't know where it's gonna go. I'm also thinking Jaime's gonna die saving Brienne. That's just a sneaking suspicion there. Seems to be being set up, though I'm not 100% sure. I'll add him to the dead list. I think Sansa's safe. Sansa, Arya, and Daenerys are not gonna die now. They're gonna be around to the last possible moment. I think they might even survive the whole series. All right, organizing my thoughts. I'm gonna put it at 20% chance Night King victory, 20% chance Daenerys ends on the throne, 20% chance Wygald card ends up on the throne, and 40% chance that all my predictions are wrong and it's gonna do something I can't call. But I'm gonna say my death predictions are fairly accurate. I think Jon's not gonna survive the series. Jaime's gonna bite the dust doing something heroic to try and do a full redemption for his arc, but homie, you've done some horrible things. You're not redeemed in my mind. I love Jaime as a character, don't get me wrong, but he's not redeemed. Cersei's super dead, we all know that. That's confirmed. Arya might actually die, now that I'm thinking about it. I think she could die before the series is over, but I'm gonna call that like a 50-50 one. Let me know, what are your death predictions in the comments down below? That's what I really wanna leave you guys with. Take your favorite like 5 characters and give them a percentage of what's the percentage they will live throughout the end. They'll make it to the end. God, I just can't wait for episode 3 now. They set it up so ridiculously well. It's gonna be an amazing battle. It's gonna start at night. I love me some night battles. I just hope they don't do that cliche thing where like for some reason the Night King's army just sits there for a whole nother episode of build-up. No, you've done your build-up. You had your setup episode. Now you've done your build-up. Execute, please. Don't keep me in suspense for a whole nother episode. That'd be too much. They would start to get old and wear and tear.
Well, we're waiting.
Anyway, guys, that's my kind of review / predictions for episode 2 of season 8 Game of Thrones. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments down below. Give me your death, life predictions, percentage chance of the character making it to the end in the comments down below. And are you excited to see a direwolf back? Because holy crap, that really came out of nowhere. Oh, and the Hound's super gonna die, just throwing that out there. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Hit the Patreon if you want to support what I do here and you're happy I'm doing midnight recording of videos and you enjoy the new lighting setup I'm experimenting with. And have a great one, y'all. I will talk to you Tuesday because I'm taking Monday off. Peace.